Hi everybody, my name's Denelle and I'm a yoga teacher and a rad master coach. Today we're going to focus on back bending. Often in class, a lot of my students say that they need to relieve their lower back or their upper back. Back bends are a great way to do that, and we'll use some of the myofascial release tools to help create some more mobility in our body. So today's practice, we'll do bridge pose, forearm plank, and bow pose. So let's start on our backs. Come to lie down on your mat. And we'll start in what I call rolling bridge. So we'll have the knees bent deeply, fingertips graze the heels to begin. Push into the feet. You're gonna lift your hips and your arms for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms go all the way by your ears, hips lift high, and then exhale, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it again. Push into the feet, activate the glutes and the hamstrings as you press down to rise up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, same thing, lower down with control. Control the descent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's just do one more round. Push into the feet, lift the hips and the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll off to one side and come on up to sit. You might have noticed some restriction in your back body, so let's try to get some more mobility happening. Either take the rad helix or the rad roller and bring it into the center of your space. Come back to lie down and place the divot on either the roller or the helix right in the middle of your spine. Take your hands behind your head, lift the hips up, keep your knees bent, and then just start to roll forward and back along the tool. Start to feel the paraspinal muscles, the erector muscles along the length of your spine. Get a little bit of relief from this action. We call this the rolling technique. If you feel more comfortable in one area, you can pause and just kind of hold it, and even have the option to rest on the tool. Take a few breaths here. Okay, remove the tool, and then again, come to lie all the way down onto your back. So let's do a retest with a bridge pose. So come to lie down. You can either grab the edges of your sticky mat or just have your palms pressing down to the earth. Simple bridge, we call it Setu Bandhasana. Press into the feet, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, and rise up. Maybe you notice a little bit more space in the back body to allow for more space happening in the front body. If it feels okay, you can also interlace your grip behind you, roll the shoulders down the back, push into the feet and the arms, and lift on up. Hold it there, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so when you're ready, come onto your belly, and we're gonna come into Sphinx Pose. So for back bends, it's important to kind of do the opposite opposing action, so making sure we activate a little bit of the core, anterior core strength before we continue our back bend practice. So from Sphinx Pose, curl your toes under, walk your toes a little bit closer towards your knees, push into the forearms, and lift your hips as high as your shoulders. This is forearm plank. If it feels better, you can keep the forearms parallel, hands spread wide, or you also have the option to interlace your grip and squeeze the heels of your hands together. Scoop the belly in, push the earth away, round the back body, keep the gaze forward and hold it for 3. Breathe, 2. And 1. Lower your hips back to the mat, come back into Sphinx Pose, untuck your toes, press into your forearms and lift your heart. Okay, from Sphinx Pose, let's go ahead and incorporate the tools now. So we're gonna grab a rad round, grab the biggest round, you can play with the different sizes. We're gonna take it right beneath the hip bone, about an inch below the hip bone, and then just rest the top of the quadriceps on the round. Okay, why do we do this? Because in back bends, we need to have open quadriceps, open front body, right? So you can stay here and just kind of rest, pause and breathe. If you still want more intensity, you can begin to bend the knee and then maybe just notice how that feels. If you still need a little bit more, lift the knee up off of the earth. The idea is that we're getting into that deep psoas muscle that tends to be really tight because we spend a lot of our time sitting, or even when we're super active. It's a lot of linear motion, and our hip flexors and our quadriceps tend to get pretty tight because of that. So here we are, relieving some of the tension in the front part of our hips. Okay, stay with that for as long as you need. Couple more breaths. Make sure you do the other side. So just move the round. Move the round beneath the opposite hip. Stay there, notice. It might feel different from side to side. That's totally normal. Option to advance, bend the knee, just feel into that. Maybe lift the knee up off of the earth. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Again, stay there for as long as you need, or go ahead and remove the round. And we'll try our next back bend, which is Dhanurasana. Similar to bridge pose, just on our belly. Come to lie down, bend your knees. Reach back and capture for the tops of your feet, your shins or your ankles. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another, rest your chin or your forehead down to the mat. Take a big breath, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to kick. Kick your feet into your hands, hands into your feet. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Find an opening through the front body. A little bit of rock and roll to get you elevated, but eventually you find your space, you find your shape, and you breathe for 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Release. Let's come back into a child's pose. Take your knees wide and your toes to touch. Hips towards your heels, fold in, pause there. Big breath in. Big breath out. Stay there for as long as you like, or roll on up to seated. And there's your practice for today. I hope that helped you create some more opening for your back bends. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.